Hey everyone. Just going to make this a quick one if I can. It's a long weekend. Memorial Day weekend is when I'm recording this, and I took a couple days off. Originally, I was going to go visit my mom, but travel plans kind of fell through. So, as a result, I just have a long weekend that I've been using to try and take care of a few things and just kind of, enjoy a nice long weekend. Um, I have managed to, I guess I'll talk about some of this stuff later, but I managed to finish a game I was playing for quite a few years. The reason why it took so long in part was because I stopped for a while, but I'll get into that later. Um, I finished Meeting Dominique, which I will also talk about later. But first, quick stuff, the writing news. I finished one of the short stories I was working on. Hopefully it's good. I always have a hard time telling if it works. Especially because these two short stories, I've been kind of winging it more than I usually do. Writing, we usually call that pantsing, more than having a specific plan. So hopefully it's passable. I mean, I don't know, maybe somebody would even like it. Um, but in the meantime, I need to get back to work on editing projects I'm working on and getting a few things ready for formal release. Um, let's see. I probably not going to do the time codes today because I guess I'm going to be doing a little rambling right now. Writing news, like I said, I'm working on those short stories and editing, a lot of that going on. Video news today is mostly going to be recording audio elements for other videos. Obviously doing a vlog, hopefully probably not too long. I was thinking about doing a signal video, but nothing came to mind as far as a topic about things I wanted or needed to talk about. And as an aside, there was like a couple of I would not well, I don't know exactly how I would characterize them, but it was just some things that remind me that anytime you post stuff online that you get all kinds of responses, and ultimately I'm probably going to keep doing what I'm doing, just because if this doesn't work for you, then this video may not be for you. My channel may not be for you, and that's fine. I mean, all I really ask for from most people is just a little bit of common courtesy, and that's really it. Um, but let's see, books I'm reading. Um, Tomorrow, probably, I'll start either The Time He Desires or Reclamation Project, or both, depending on time permitting. Um, I haven't really read any of either one of them, but most likely what I'll do, like I do with all the anthologies, is I'll review each story individually and kind of just do a bit at a time, because I do want to read the anthology, but I'll probably just read an anthology and go back to Time He Desires and go through that as I go. I'm still reading Reborn, which so far I've been enjoying pretty well. I'm kind of curious where it's going to go, and I think that, you know, barring anything occurring, I'll probably finish the series, which apparently is at least 4 books long. And the author also has another book coming out soon that I'll probably want to check out as well. So, on the plus side, there's no shortage of reading materials, which is nice, I guess, but it also means that there's a lot of stuff out there. So, at some point, perhaps maybe in the future, I might go back and read some of these books that I've read in the past and maybe like review them, because I think at the time I just read them, but I have some books up here that I haven't actually posted a review for. And some of these I've read so long ago that I don't really remember enough anyway, so, it might be a bit. But, it's just something to think about. I try and keep a fair variety of new material, of old material, of Star Trek, of a bunch of other things. So, I'm trying to break it up a little bit so there's a good amount of variety. Let's see. I'm reading Star Trek Strange New Worlds Asylum, so I have finally gotten a chance to read some Star Trek fiction again after finishing Nana Visitor's book. I've been debating on whether or not I should give it a formal review or not. But it was a really good book. I know I've talked about it a little bit briefly, and definitely well worth recommended reading for pretty much anybody. I think it was a really good book, really insightful, really entertaining, and I would like to definitely get it signed when I have the opportunity. Meeting Dominique, I finished the book. Um, Overall, I'd say it was good. It was not as good, I think, as Prisoner of Midnight, but better than Prisoner of War. To kind of relate some similar stories that Royce has written. Um, you know, I'm still in the process of gathering together my thoughts, so I don't want to say too much here. I mean, it's definitely like a kink story, and one of the things Royce does really well is kind of one of those developing characters slowly over time. I tend to usually not have that much leeway, I guess, because usually what's going on in my stories is a lot more urgent and a lot more grand in scale. Uh, so it's much more of a, I guess, full view rather than Royce usually kind of just focus on the relationship between one or two characters and just kind of develops the story between them. And it's I liked Minerva, I liked Dominique, and I mean I'll say that I enjoyed it. I'll say that I'm glad to have supported it, and I'll get into more detail when I have time to actually articulate some of my thoughts. But overall, it was I was glad for the opportunity to support the project, and I look forward to the next release. Let's see. As far as games, I haven't played a few of them in a bit, but a few of the ones on my list. This weekend, I did manage to finish Trails of Cold Steel 4, which I had started playing apparently in 2023. Part of the reason why it took so long is, for one thing, these games are like 100 hours and change to play the whole thing. So on top of that, it was also the fact that I had gotten stuck at a boss, and then I kind of put it down for a while, and then I just kind of forgot to go back to it until I decided, you know what, I need to finish this game because other games were coming out. I think it was Trails into Daybreak had come out, and I was just like, I need to get back to work on finishing these games. So I finished, I leveled up a little bit, I beat the boss, and then I just kind of kept progressing through the rest of the game. By this time, I'd kind of forgotten a little bit of what had happened when it started, I guess, but, such is the consequence. But in any case, I've got my reserved Trails night more or less, and I will continue to keep playing Trails into Reverie, and then finish the series with Trails into Daybreak 1 and 2. And it's been a really good series. It's a long investment, I will tell you that. Even if you just play it constantly, like a little bit every week or something, it's going to take you literal years to finish this series. I mean, it took so long to do each of the games, but every single one of them had like really compelling characters, some fun mechanics. I really enjoyed it. I'm glad that I bought the first one just on a whim on a Steam sale or something, and I'm glad that I found out that there was more and that I kept trying. I guess the last thing, because I'm trying to keep this one under about 10 minutes, is that I guess I will wait and see. I mean, there are some, I kind of want to be, open as possible with you guys. I kind of want to share a lot of things hopefully with my specific, with my audience. There's going to be people that just kind of wander in, and I mean, I guess that's good. It's like a new people. But, there's also people that just, I guess, armchair, it's like, what is it that you call, keyboard warriors or something. I don't know. I mean, I'm just going to do what I feel like I think I should do, and I'm going to try to keep posting decent content. And I mean, I may not necessarily be as polished as some folks. I tend to ramble a little bit. Sometimes I sound like I know what I'm talking about. Other times, kind of like a little bit like with this video, there'll be a little bit of me just trying to figure out what to say next. I mean, I usually have a list of notes up on the screen beside me just to kind of keep me on track. But this is just me, and low budget and limited amount of time to do what I do. So I mean, hopefully it's something that helps people. Hopefully it's something that at least you can enjoy. And if you're not interested, that's cool. I don't know what to say other than just thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys later. If you like werewolves, check out my book Blue Moon, available in paperback and ebook on Amazon. Thanks for watching. If you liked it, click the subscribe button and leave a comment below. Catch you later.